I'm not.
I definitely was as the host, technical difficulty. Anyway, it's another episode of A Slice of Love as we get things running and rolling. As you know, it's your host, C. Holmes, as always, and I come with my lovely guests that we're going to drop the bombs, may make you laugh and make you question some things at the same time, but that's what it's all about on A Slice of Love. But let's go ahead and go around. So first, the one they call him General, he keeps it raw and real. He knows what it's all about. He don't filter anything because he's gonna say what the hell's on his mind. We're talking about the one and only Jason. You ain't got no damn
what's
sense. Go ahead.
what's going on? What's going on, people? Let's get it started. Hey, let's get it started. Get it
And
crunk up in here.
and then of course we have a returning guest, the lovely sweetheart. But don't get on her bad side because she's gonna say what's on her mind. The one and only Taki Brian. I said it right.
Yes. Taiki
I
Brion or Taco Bell, depending on if
Oh
Baker's
Lord,
here or not.
don't get me started. He gonna start talking. Baker. His mind go left. And he gonna start saying Taco Bell and probably bring some orders. How,
Exactly.
but how you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm glad to be alive.
Well. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the topic at hand. And I'm pretty sure you've heard this across many family traditions, religions, and much more. What do you bring to the table? Before I play this clip, though, when you hear that statement of what I can bring to the table, what comes to mind?
Do you need a plate? You need spoons? You need drinks? You need some desserts?
For
What
me,
else you gonna put on the list?
I know what this is like where it tries to go, and I find it very interesting because I'm like, what are you talking about qualities in a person that brings them to the table? Because I think that's more important than the other stuff. But, I can cook, I clean, I don't smell like onion rings. So, three
Oh
good
Lord, have
qualities
mercy! Did
there.
you just say onion rings?
now,
Yes,
now,
y'all know the
now,
song.
I'm gonna say this. When she said that, what came to mind is what I would tell my kids when they say, when they were young, oh, daddy, I don't smell. I was like, you sure? Daddy, I'm
Uh-oh.
good. I'm good. Then the next thing I tell them, do you know skunks can't smell themselves?
Ah, shit. Damn.
No, it's a song. It's
Damn.
you
Ain't
heard
ready
it.
for it. Ain't ready for it. Them little kids, and as you say, little crumb snatchers always think they just smell fresh and never have
Mhm.
needs or no deodorant.
Oh man, who you telling, boy? They be smell like hot garbage and boogers and everything else in
Not the
between.
boogers, not the boogers, not the boogers. Oh no. We can't be having the boogers. Oh
Huge.
no.
Yeah, man,
Oh
it's like
man.
that.
But before I forget though, like Kiprian, what did you mean? Like you see how sometimes this leans to go, because society is so sensitive nowadays. Like, but in your own perspective,
Bunch
what
of
do you
punks.
feel like it goes? What direction you feel like it goes?
Well, then it turns into the 50-50 conversation, and then it turns to like what do you mean by what does someone bring to the table? Because when you're looking at them, what do you want them to bring to your table? Do you want someone who's compassionate? Do you want someone who's empathetic? Do you want someone who's caring and loving, educated? Do you want someone who has a bachelor's degree or a master's degree? What are you looking for them to bring to your table? Because apparently you guys are trying to build a table together, so what do you bring to the table? It doesn't have to just do with what your body looks like, because bodies change every day. You can change the way your hair looks, you can change your makeup, you can change the way you are outside, but on the inside is what's most important. And people continue to forget that when they ask, what do you bring to the table?
Well, everybody's bringing some great points, and I think at times, especially in this generation, of course, you want to be able to work together, financial, all that, and much more. But I feel like we forget like the key core of things, in my opinion, that you have to be compatible, and be able to work with each other. Do you genuinely love this person, not just temporarily? Just I'm here for now, and then something happens, and then you just want to run away and not work together to figure out or
Well,
solve
that's
certain issues.
that's the that'd be another different type of topic about
Right.
when it comes about love, because everyone think that they know love, everyone thinks they're in love, but actually they are not in love and they don't understand love because they're so selfish. They don't realize when you're actually in love and all that greatness, you have to give up a lot
Self.
of yourself for that person, vice versa.
Hmm.
Cool, cool. But all right, so let's roll this first clip I found. So I have no idea what's about to say, so it's definitely gonna be raw, and we're gonna get y'all's feedback on this. All right, let's get it going. Ah, let's see what he has to say. He may say something off the wall. Knowing Justin, we're gonna say something.
When a man asks you, what do you bring to the table? What did you hear him just
For me, if a man asks me, what would I bring to the table? It's telling me to audition for him. It's telling me that he thinks that his value is already understood, his value is already clear, like he has nothing to prove, but I do. Instead of saying, how can we make each other's lives better, or actually getting to know me to see what I bring to the table, he wants me to impress him. And I feel like if a good man identifies what a good woman is, he already knows what her value is. And it's so much more than domesticated things. It's not like cooking and cleaning. You can hire a maid or get Uber Eats. A good woman brings peace. She brings encouragement. She inspires you. She encourages you to want to be a better person. She helps you to eat better. Like there's so many things that a woman brings that are intangible. If you actually get the time to get to know a woman, you won't even have to ask her. And her value is so much more than things that she can do.
when a man
Okay, some of that's bullshit.
See, I knew he was gonna come out the fire like that.
And I'm gonna say I do follow said creator that was talking, so I'm gonna say it's not bullshit.
I,
Oh
I,
yeah, okay, let's take our turns. That's good. We got two different opinions.
I'm gonna
So
say
That's
that's
cool.
bullshit because at some point, when you go to a job, do you not have to impress the individual to get that job, to get
yeah,
that
you better.
position?
You got so many other
So that's
candidates
just
out
like
there.
saying the person's supposed to automatic. Now, that's one. Two, when she was saying get to know the person. Well, hell, how many folks would tell you one thing and then when they get married for a long term, they act something totally fucking different?
You said something right there. Ring the goddamn bell.
Because how many people out there fake
Uh-oh.
and
About
they
to pull a trigger
perpetrate
again?
a fraud, they give you wolf cookies, and then they get to a certain point, then next thing you know, you're like, who the hell am I with? Because nowadays there are females that are scandalous and they will come out
Ooh.
and strategize and just do whatever they can to get you and then try to take what they can. Not saying all of them, but if you have the bad women that are sorry as hell
This guy
and
was
the good
good.
women that are good and they intermingling with each other, how in the hell somebody know which one is good, which one is bad?
I mean, we could say the same for you guys too.
Oh shit!
And
Cause
I
I was
agree.
waiting for that.
I
I
mean,
totally agree.
and it's
I-
it's kind of the hard part because then are you willing to take a chance on finding a person if we're all going to think that way about each other?
Well, if you know the old saying, if you lay down with dogs, person comes up with fleas.
Please, I knew
And
you was.
but there's treatment for getting fleas.
What kind of treatment are we
So
talking
why
about?
would you
I'm
want to
curious
go
about this
through?
treatment.
So why would you want to even go through that process?
So then I guess you're going to sit there and be lonely because how do you know if they're a dog or not?
Easy. If you whatever crowd you hang with, you pick up their habits. It's
Mhm.
easy for a person to pick up bad habits than it is for a person to pick up good habits. Because if that is the case, we wouldn't have so much chaos and so much problems going on now.
I will say, like, it is kind of hard to just stay like how you was originally when you surround. I mean, you're around constantly around someone who's completely opposite or different. In due time, you start picking up those traits, even if it's intentionally. I
Exactly.
mean, unintentionally.
So that's why they always say, be careful of the what? The company that you keep. There's a reason for that saying.
Mhm.
So that's why I say what I say.
But I want to hear some more about your other opinion because I know Tim was going first, so you had the floor. I know you have a lot more to speak on it.
I mean, I've seen that video, so I've already seen that clip since I do follow said creator, and I don't disagree with her. I feel like she said what made sense. I mean, we're in this battle on like going and trying to impress you first, get to know me first. It doesn't have to be like a 3 year long situation, but like, the first couple dates. Now, me personally, I think the first date or link up should be a coffee date. You should go on a coffee date, start talking, and see if you actually like the person. One, coffee dates, you can either pay for your own coffee, he could pay for his coffee, and then boom, if you even like this dude or not to go on another date. So you don't need to ask me what I bring to the table because I've already paid for mine. You paid for your own. We talk. You'll see if I bring enough to your table, if
Now,
it's
what?
worth it.
Now, one thing that I always thought in my own personal opinion is I feel like everybody has their own version of what is to be expected, what should be done. This is the tradition, and you have all these different viewpoints of what a
Right.
person or say shall bring to the table that at times either is going to match or is a
Mhm.
clash. So my question directly is there a universal way, I mean
No,
universal rule that is what you should bring to the table when everybody's
no,
Okay,
talking?
of
let me
course
ask,
not.
and I agree with it. There's not one. That's why there's so much problems now because there's not one.
So you
So
Now,
think there
we're not
should
people,
all
be
the
one?
same.
because people always, majority of the time, respond on emotion, and the emotion is what get people in trouble
Okay.
because they ignore the reality of what they sitting across from, how they talk, the way they talk, how they think, and how they process. They ignore all the different warning signs because they're in the emotion state, not the logical state.
And you like you always hear me say I agree with
What's
you
wrong?
on
You
your
stuttering,
points.
brother?
No, no, no,
You
no, because
okay?
I'm good. Because I'm like I know the other side of the fence are gonna be like, but what was ain't love supposed to be emotion and things like of that nature? It's like you don't want to have a person around you that's completely heartless and going straight on logic. I'm
Mhm.
being like a devil's advocate
Well, I
because
can
that's
answer
like
that. I can answer that. That's it. To me, I can answer that. That's easy.
go ahead, shoot it.
Yeah, you're supposed to have some love, but the thing about it with logic, is it really love or is it just somebody playing love? You still gotta use the logic. And if it's really love, then you go on to that next step. See, everything you do is a stage, and everyone likes to jump different steps, different stages.
Mhm.
And then when they keep doing it, then they have problems in the relationship
Okay, so
because they're ignoring everything.
let me throw this one. What about those who believe in arranged, let's say, marriages? Are they so? Do you believe in that because they are expected to bring certain things to the table, or they have already scouted? Like, do you believe that?
Well, when you're talking about that, that's more of a culture thing.
Mhm.
So that's a culture. Like sometimes they do it in India or they do it probably someplace in Africa. That's a culture thing, you know. They might do it in Afghanistan, Iraq, somewhere in the Middle East. But at the same time, I can't speak on that because that's not part of my culture.
All right, so let me real quick bring this comment because it definitely is a good. Well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna introduce this guy right here. I agree to disagree when you go into any with a mindset knowing you want something genuine, and hopefully you can attract those people. So we'll get
Damn.
on that. And then we have the one and the only. He's over there sitting back there like the Godfather with the whole book of libraries and books behind them. I'm talking about the one and only Donald Baker back there. Oh yeah, don't
He's,
act shocked. You know you was
yeah,
butchering
yeah.
it.
Get off that mute. Get off that mute button.
Yeah, wait. Give him some time. Let him put
Yeah,
his
well, you
face
gotta take
on.
that. You gotta take
Let
that mute off. He muted.
hit that mute unmute button.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Up, up. Hit the
Oh,
camera.
you hit the camera, man. You good,
he,
man?
he, he got them fat fingers now.
Let me introduce you. The one and only Donald Baker. Hit the music. Hit the music.
Blah 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 blah.
Oh man, he is here. He is here. He is here.
You know what? That's one thing about Baker, man. When he comes on, he leans back like an old school pimp, and he'll put his hands around here like he's standing at the corner, like you better have my money.
Because we all know Baker does not play. He gonna say what is on his mind, and he's famous for that quote. Let me handle him. Let me handle him. He ain't got no choice but to laugh right now because he know it's true.
Hi, Baker.
You see,
Who
we got
do
a
we
guest
have
here.
here?
Yeah, I
Cut
knew
the
that was gonna
lights
grab your
on.
attention.
She
Woman,
trying to
cut them lights on. I can't see who you are.
You know that's your friend over there from the
I
last
got
couple
you.
episodes.
the one you call Taco Bell.
Well, she need to cut the lights on.
Okay, I
can't
got
see.
it. I gotta like.
Oh, she works.
see
She
the-
trying to work that light.
Uh-oh, we talking about that red
Is she in a
light
club?
special.
That's what
I
I'm
can't figure
trying
out.
to
There you go.
The
It's
red
red.
light special over there.
I'm trying to get it to go back white.
Hey. Oh Lord. But,
Anyways, hello, Baker. It's Taco Bell here.
Okay.
but I'm kind of curious about what Baker has to say on this.
So let
topic.
me bring.
I'm
What's
just
going on?
coming in. How am I going to know what time?
Hey,
he
I'm
about
about
to-
to let him know. I'm about to let
he
him
about
know.
to
Let
tell
him
you.
know. Let him know. All right. So Baker, we are talking about the popular question or things that bring up in this phrase of what do you bring to the table? So we know, especially now in 2025, we have these different viewpoints of what a man or a woman should bring to the table, and some people come from a family background of what they think should be brought to the table, some religious, culture, and those of nature. So what do you think a man or a woman should bring to the table? And I'm asking you directly, Baker, because I give you a chance to have the floor.
He should bring his character, his reputation, and who he is, which is more valuable than silver and gold.
Ooh. Now, you know some people that be like, oh, I want someone making 6 figures or more. You know, you hear have those females out there asking for that.
Yeah, but I get that. You got a
OnlyFans.
woman want a
Yeah, I said
six-figure
like
man,
and
and
she
she
only
can't
got
even bake biscuits.
and she only got 6 cents in the bank.
Oh man, we got quiet on that because you know you got some females that you see.
Hey,
the
we got to move
stereotype-
fast because I wasn't anticipating this, and I have another event. So, is that my baby from the last show?
Yes, I'm
Hey,
glad you can
hey,
finally
baby.
see. There you go.
You cut them lights on. Where that man at?
He didn't forget about that.
Yeah, sure.
I want you to do something for the old man.
I got you, Baker.
I want you to go in there and in the dressing room, and
Oh, Lord.
at some point do me one of that. I like that kind of stuff. It just turned me on.
Lord.
And
I see
change-
you acting up.
change your
already.
clothes.
See?
Change your dress code.
See, I knew it. I knew it was gonna hit.
It's always so with you, Baker.
Shoot, he just being him. Now I'm
That's
gonna
it.
roll another clip, and we're gonna see how y'all feel about this. So I don't know what the person gonna say. So hey, I don't even know what to anticipate, but I'm gonna click the other one. So let's go back to YouTube, and I'm gonna click on this one right here.
What makes them think they deserve the kind of man they're describing? What do they bring to a man's table?
What else does a man want other than that's what we offer?
It depends on the man. If you want a high value man,
Be a man's
high-
piece.
Well, the question they're
Easy.
asking, let's suppose that you want something more than a
Like
night.
real.
Yeah. Well, what is he going to get in return?
Other than the kitty.
It has to do with what their type is. Like, am I good looking to them?
There's more to that. Like,
And
There
you
we
have
go.
goals in life, the way you see yourself,
Mhm.
how you were raised, everything.
But what if I say don't wear shorts?
It's toxic.
Like, what are you bringing to the table?
Loyalty.
You'll bring loyalty?
Okay. Okay. That's a good
Okay.
one.
Okay. So loyalty. What else do you guys bring?
A lot.
No, no. Oh man.
So we do have to give it up for these girls for being good sports because we're asking them a lot of tough questions.
Yeah.
Most girls would not
Or
answer
crumble.
and they would just tell us to f- off. I have to give it up to both of you girls for being.
Alrighty now. So how do you feel about their responses? Do you agree, disagree, or are you like, what the fuck? Oh, he had. Oh shit! What's on your mind, Sam? You had to look down
I
a little bit in
mean,
the corner.
just looking at the young ladies that was on here, you can kind of tell that they haven't done any self-reflection to know.
You saying there's
what-
something wrong with their soul?
I'm saying they don't know what values they, and when they responded, "Oh, I have a lot can be anything. A lot can include you. You can give a lot of hell.
Ain't that the truth?
no hell comes from you. You know, so to me, when you come bring something to the table, you have to be able to know who you are and what direction you're trying to get to. And are you actually working towards that goal as part of your value?
I don't know if you guys have seen Sinners, but I just bought it and I've watched it 3 times. Now, I'm going to tell you why I do not like the fact that podcasts are the way that they are now, because when you watch Sinners and you see Annie is the black woman, the plus size black woman in the movie,
Okay.
and she's portrayed as the strong black woman lead in it, though, but you trusted her. I would not go up to Annie and say, what does she bring to the table? She is the table. I would trust her with my life. I would trust that woman with my life. If she
Big as
said
a
to
table.
run that way, I'm running that way. And that's just something that I feel is important in our community that we're running from.
I think her
is
energy just demands that. If you ever watch the movie, you
her
already, like, feel-
energy in the movie, like what she portrays. I mean, even how the main character Smoke, he listened to her. That is enough for me to be like, she brought enough to the table. He even wore the mojo back for 7 years without seeing her, knowing that that was from her and that she was still loving on him in that way. And that is what she brought to the table: is safety, security, love, protection, peace. He knew when he went back home, he wanted to see her because that was his peace. And, in 1932, beauty standards were more women that look like her, black women looking like her. So we didn't have to ask black women back then what they brought to the table, because fuck, we were the table. Excuse my language, but we were the table. Like, why do we need to be asked about loyalty, nigga? We were the loyalty, the protection. We were your protection. We were the safety and the comfort for the men that in the community. And yes, that changed over time as we are now in 2025. But you're looking at 2 women who are sitting behind a podcast that aren't at work, and they're sitting behind a podcast laughing with other men about what do we offer. Apparently, then she honestly said her looks. My looks could be nothing. Honestly, I actually like being a plus size woman, because the first thing that throws people off is my looks. But if you're looking at looks versus my aura, you're missing out on a soul that you can't touch. That's what I bring to the table. I'll giggle you right out of your drawers. Right out of your drawers.
Well,
I'm
damn,
funny
you
as
made
shit.
you turn Baker on right there. He wasn't suspecting that.
No, and that's the thing. Like, good
Come on, do it.
conversation. Baker, I got you, baby. But you get the point. I'm saying,
He
like,
said, "Come on, do it."
there's more to a person than your looks. There's more to a person than finances for me. And I get irritated when I see men post stuff like that. Like, a woman just wants a man with 6 figures. I don't care about your money. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what kind of car you have. If you are a good person and I can see your soul
got any
as
money?
something I want, do I have any? I have enough to take care of myself.
Bacon
I'm
had
not
a
going to be
feeling
taking
No,
care
no,
of
no, no. Do you have any money?
I have money
Send
in
me
the
some.
savings. I didn't give you no money. I don't give money to men.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay.
She fucking done, y'all.
You
Look, I've
whipping
done-
her?
And she sip.
I've done my fair share of charity work with niggas. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done.
Damn.
Niggas,
She
there
said
ain't
what
no
she said.
niggas on here.
She
What's
said
wrong
what she
with you?
said. Look, she ready for action.
Yeah, don't ask me for money. The last one that asked me for money is blocked. And it's like, nah, don't call me big money, because you got a job too, buddy. And it's like, it's not about the money. It's like, it's more about the respect that come with it. Because if I'm helping you in that way, we better be on some real shit, like real time,
If I'm not mistaken, you have a vanilla ice cream cone.
Okay.
Oh shoot, Tom! I had to think about that for you. Oh shoot.
Yes.
Becky, you ain't got no.
And he's
damn
never
sense.
asked what I brought to the table, because what I brought to the table, he could see.
What did you bring?
When we first met, I was in college. I was a hard worker. I worked a Quit Trip, 40, 50 hours a week. He was also working. So, like, I showed up for myself in that way. I also was doing activism in Oklahoma, Tulsa to be exact. So the way I presented myself as a very strong, independent woman who didn't need a man, but if you came to the table bringing yourself to the table, like, you were just an addition to what I was doing, not someone that can come and be a burden to my life.
Ooh, I'm gonna let y'all go, and then.
So it still go back to what I was saying. You knew yourself,
Mhm.
and that's the problem. A lot of females don't know themselves.
Yeah. But that's what I bring to the table. I know who
Are
I
they
am, and I know
worse?
what I can bring.
Yeah.
Even in friendships, this doesn't just go for relationships. When you go and make a new friendship with somebody, what you bring to the table needs to be that you know yourself enough to know that if it doesn't work out, it's okay to walk away. You know, if your values don't line up, it's okay to be like, our values aren't the same.
I agree with that.
And that's, we shouldn't generalize. And men continue to do that even with the video. I'm like, think about the 6-figure conversation. Single moms always want a guy who has 6 figures and, oh, she's trying to get above her standards. A lot of women don't like that because we're not like that. There's a lot of women that are, sure, but there's a lot of women that aren't, and we don't need to be generalizing women and men because now we're separating us. Well, yeah, there are going to be sharks on either team, but if you don't, you know,
Well,
and you don't want to
most
get
black
bit.
women
I will.
want a 6-figure man after they have 6 kids by 6 different
Damn,
guys.
you about to get to that point. But let me
But
say
I
this
don't
real quick.
have 6 kids by 6 different guys, so I don't have to worry about that. So
Yes, but
you don't want to generalize.
And you have a good point. But the problem is, I'm not saying us, society pushes that image that, I mean, pay attention to our music, especially when you have our female artists that say like, oh, I need a that has this kind of income and that's the image, and then the stereotype that's pushed to the mass media, and then it's popular
to the
kids and our culture. I mean, I'm not saying that's directly what we are, but when it comes to what's popular, that's the trendy thing that people want to portray.
And
Do I
I'm not
agree
on
with
that team
Hell
for
no.
that. Yeah, I get
But
that.
I'm saying that that's the trend that's pushed, and that's why you have more guys that's saying, you know, revolt against that or think that because of what's being pushed. I mean, even look at movies. It's in the music, the movies, and of course the stereotypes.
I think if you also want to take it a little political too, I am going to say that in the current time and state we're in, with people lacking jobs, I've had multiple men ask me if I need sugar daddies. Multiple. Like, hey, I'll pay you $100 a week. I'll pay you $200 a week just to hang out with me and you know, be
And
in.
I'm not surprised. I'm not denying
And
that
I'm
at
not
all.
either. But the thing is, there are men who are willing to do it. And even my homegirl, same thing for her. She does the feet finder thing, and like she gets men to pay.
She does the what?
Wait. Yeah.
Feet finder.
For the audience, I need you to explain this. Explain this. I got it.
She
Explain
takes
this to the audience.
pictures of her feet.
And
Pay for them.
the foot fetish.
The
I
foot
can't
fetish. But
get
she
nothing
makes
for these guys talking.
$50 to $100 per picture. Like, people really do buy her feet pictures, and so there are men that are willing to pay for their loneliness to not be lonely. And it's like, okay, so if you're willing to pay for it in this time where the economy is tanking and we need the extra money as women, because women are the first ones in DEI to get their jobs taken, and definitely Black women, we are getting pushed into now going back into a time before, okay, we'll put it like they're taking us back into a time where men have to take care of women again. And if they're not willing to marry us, well, we're going to have to sell it.
Okay, so just I'm gonna steal something you would probably say, and it's going to probably throw a lot of people for a twist. Is that really our fault or y'all's? Because nobody's made y'all force.
It's neither's fault. I just said it was political, which means it's society. And honestly, if you want to be honest, it's white supremacy, because we wouldn't have to be doing what women are doing.
So the white
if it
man
wasn't
is selling you out, making you sell your body?
No, I hear. I'm not. You directly. I'm not, because you have your point. I
right.
agree with you. But I'm hearing from a lot of other women that, because niggas ain't doing this, I had to do this, or I had to strip, or I had to do OnlyFans. I mean, this is the shit that's going out there. I mean, we're not sugarcoating on this podcast. That is what is being pushed popular nowadays.
Can we also go back to, when did women start being able to get their own bank accounts? It was in the, 70s, 80s? We're not that far. We're not that. That's a Googleable thing. All we have to do is take time to Google it. When could women open their own bank accounts? When could women start going into the workforce? Well, Dolly Parton put out a song. I was 98. Dolly Parton put out a song called 9 to 5.
Forget that white woman.
No, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because that's when it became mainstream for women to actually go into the workforce. So that was the 80s. That means we're 1 or 2 generations behind that time period.
Women did not start getting a bank account in the 80s.
Okay, when did women get a bank account?
Some women that were born in the 70s were getting bank accounts then.
I guess like 70s? As y'all two go back and forth, because I mean, we're loving the conversation, is but it sounds to me at the same
Since y'all
time.
don't
it's
take
a-
commercial
it's-
break, I'm gonna take me one.
You about to take a piss. It really, when I hear this, and the same goes to this guy, is like a victim mentality. Now I know I've hit a lot of times when on my podcast and other ones that you really can't really get progressive or really do what you need to do in life when you have that kind of mindset. Because if I was walking around being like, oh, I can't get no job because the white man this, or I can't get no job because of this and this, and I have that mentality, do you expect me to progress? No. So like when I'm hearing this, I'm like, is it really our fault? Now I'm not sugarcoating. There has been things that made things harder for women. I acknowledge that history has been.
Well, it's never going to be a black man that I'm talking about. So of course you're not going to understand what I'm saying. I'm saying it is not you. It's the white society in itself. And of course you wouldn't understand because as a woman, we are a little bit under you on the spectrum. Black women are under black men at that time period. So yes, things are going to be a tad bit easier for you. But for us, we're looked at differently. Our standards, our beauty standards, our cultured standard, like we are looked at differently. And so we don't have the luxury of being like white women when they got to live. And I went to a PWI. I had a homegirl who literally told me that she was going to college, not for the education, but to find her husband. And that is what they're set to do. That's
Yeah,
why most of them
I
get out of
agree.
college and they get their ring and they're good and they're stay-at-home mothers. One of my best friends, love her to death. What did she do? Instead of going to school, she met a man and she became a stay-at-home mother. But black women are not afforded that luxury. We have to work and be in our masculine energy to go out and do the same stuff so we can have for our children.
I will agree that there is glass walls and ceilings when it comes down to that, but I feel like
And
just
it's a
similar
race
with Adam,
thing.
which a white society does not want to bring up. But yeah, you do have a valid point. Just I feel like you wanted to say something to that.
No. Go ahead.
So, you brought up a lot of great points, because when it comes down, especially with black women, their struggles, throughout history, that is a constant thing. I mean, even now today, it's like I've definitely heard from our sisters because they have to be really cautious of what they wear because they don't want to be seen or disrespected or thought of less of because of the way they look. Like a woman can be great in the mind and have great skills and much more, but just based on her looks, that may make her overseen all the other great attributes. So I can't deny that is actual a thing I can agree on.
And there is a difference between the white standard in America for women and a black standard in America for women. And when we're talking about bringing something to the table, this conversation is had on the white side because I can see the other side, like you guys like to joke. But at the same time, when we're having that conversation, race does play a big factor in it because we bring also generational trauma. And black people don't want to talk about that. Black men and black women.
Black women especially, is full of trauma and drama.
But hey, we're both. I'm saying both.
Trust me.
Black men and black
that's
women.
why we don't want y'all.
Oh Lord, you went
y'all not medicated properly.
And sadly, that is
Listen, lady.
I'm gonna tell you.
Y'all not medicated properly. You're full of trauma and drama.
And you know why that's
you
where I went.
You don't shop at Target because of the boycott, but you steal their stuff. You don't want to go to work, but you apply fraudulently and get food stamps. You're against the man that did you wrong, so all men are bad, so you turn into a lesbian.
Which I can't stand.
I know y'all. Let me talk.
Let me handle them. Go ahead, Baker.
And if you can't become a proper and a decent type of, if there's such a thing, which is an oxymoron, if you can't become a good lesbian, then you become a good whore. And you black women, people are sick of y'all. Black fatigue. I'm sick of you with the head bonnets. I'm sick of you with them drawers that's between your tucks of your tail. And they got boo-boo on them. And here's another thing. You trail. When you walking, if you look at the average black woman, trailing behind her is at least 5 babies.
Do you know that sentiment and the way you just spoke about black women is exactly why I ran the other way?
I don't want one of y'all.
I know, I get it, but
Jesus
the
Christ.
conversation needs to be had because this is exactly why I didn't choose one of you either.
Y'all, I get you, baby. I'm with you.
And it's
Y'all
not that I
hate.
didn't love black men or wanted to be with a black man, but it's the way that black
Look,
men
the
talk
black
about black
women,
women.
and I'm going to have to leave early because this was unanticipated, some things have gone. If y'all want to send me a niggathon, I'm doing some work here, AC. But you niggas are so low down that you want my voice on here, but you don't want to say, hey, let me contribute. I'm having some AC work done. And I guarantee you, none of the Negroes out there listening want to say, hey, Baker, let me help you. And I got some good friends of mine from across the street. They're not of your kind. But the black dominant culture, not dominant culture, but the black culture is sickened, confused, depressed, suicidal, and they angry at black men. Hold tight. I got something for you. Take a deep breath. The white man ain't your problem. The white woman ain't your problem. Bad English, good theology. You can't even raise your own children. You're training your children how to go in and steal out of stores, and when the police put the gun to their head, you want me to feel sorry for them. Shoot their ass. Yes, I'm a black talk show conservative host. Yes, but I'm sick of black people, and I'm saying something that black people won't say. They sick of y'all. They tell me they sick of y'all. But see, they got stuff at risk that they can't say. They tired of seeing you coming out with your titties hanging out. They tired of seeing you in the grocery store with the bonnet on your head, talking on the telephone, and then you go in the grocery store and plug your phone up for a charger, scratching your ass, excuse me, God, I don't cuss, scratching your butt, sticking in your big fat nose. We tired of that. And you want me to call you a black queen? Please. You're nasty. Nobody wants you. You are a group of abandoned women by your own culture who are now seeking resolution by seeking another color of people. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I don't want one of y'all now. You look nasty. You're shaking your tail after graduation, bend up in the air, showing your crouch, and you're supposed to be summa cum laude, or whatever. You dummy cum laude. And because the dominant culture love monkeys, they favorite monkeys. And you're acting like a bunch of monkeys and a bunch of ass, and then you want a high-value man. You will never get a man like me. Because I see you as a whore. I see you as foul. I see you as nasty right now. I'll change later, but I'm suffering greatly. I have an appointment on Friday at 1 o'clock for medication for black fatigue. I don't know if he's going to give me anything, but I'm sick of you. Black women think that the only thing that make them successful and look good, I don't cuss people, seriously. Now, Josh and Chris, don't play with me on this. I'm serious. Is that they shaking their ass all the time in the face of white America and then want white America to give them a job in the accounting department. No, you are ass shaker. Then you need to go amongst your people at the strip clubs and let you shake your ass for them and get dollars. Black men right now ain't interested in black women. And it ain't got nothing to do with culture and race. It's we tired. You don't line up with what we're looking for. The average I'm a single black man.
We wonder why.
My kid, hold on, nigga. Man, because I'm gonna have to leave. I'm a single black man. I got 2 children by 1 woman. And I ain't got no if it may be other than that. Ain't no others other than that. And here's what I don't want to see. I'm not finna pick up where some other nigga left off at. Trying to do a come up, get a good looking nigga like me. Get a good looking nigga like me and want me to help raise them children that Wilbert left behind because you were no good and wasn't respectful to him. Now, Wilbert may have been cutting yards, bringing in some money, but because you sitting down there on your fat aspiration, anticipating a $20,000 man to produce $100,000 income in the house. Are you on dope or cocaine? It don't work that way. And I'm sick of you black women. I don't want one of them. I don't. I'm serious. I don't want one. I got one. I don't want you. You're sick. Your drama filled with drama. You can't take it. Let me talk now. If y'all want me to handle, I'm going to quit. You can't take your nasty tails out with a good-looking man like me to a restaurant because you won't say, oh, this is not cooked right. Oh, this don't taste right. Oh, can you give me more mustard? Can you give me more chip sauce? People tired of you nigga fatigue.
Baker, you want to answer that?
I would not take a black woman
Baker.
to eat dog food in pride.
Baker, you may want to read.
Speak up, man. You trying to talk sweet and salt.
I know you see this. You read this? Ain't you?
No, I can't see it. You got to tell me, Chris. I tell you.
Ain't you with a black woman? What happened?
Yeah, I'm with a black woman, but she ain't one of you niggas. She brings something to the table. And like you were saying earlier, Taco Bell, you were saying earlier, what bring the table? Quit asking people what they bring to the table.
That was the question of the day.
Well, the question of the day is not valid because nothing but black women bring to the table but titties, ass, and nothing.
Well, I'm glad my husband doesn't think so.
And titties and ass don't save nothing. Titties and ass don't pay no bill. And I'm sick of you black women, black ghetto women, wonder why you can't get a job. I have seen so many of you black people on TikTok complaining about my favorite president cutting your food stamps. He ought to cut your food stamps and he ought to take your nigga card.
Well, go take care of your AC with your broke ass.
No, I ain't broke. Nigga, I'm far from broke. I've been having more money than you've been living. Now you sitting over there with a white man.
Right.
Hold on.
Not broke.
You gonna handle me. No, you sitting over there with a white man washing your ass because he's confused. He's probably a convicted felon.
No, he's not a convicted felon.
No, he is a convicted felon. Don't lie. He's been to jail. He can't carry guns. And sometimes the dominant culture have a tendency to be molesters. And you took in a
Oh, Lord.
So what do they say about black men then?
No, we don't you niggas right now. You nigga women. I don't know what you was expecting tonight. And go call me broke. You ain't got money to back to the welfare. Now
Well,
you told
I don't
us
have
on
any
the
government
last show
assistance,
that
so.
you get food stamps, disability, liability.
None of those.
Girl, quit lying.
I don't get any assistance since, he works. I'm a stay-at-home mother.
Is he a convicted felon?
No.
Yes, he have. Have he molested children?
No.
Lie. Okay. Is he on heroin?
No.
What's that dope for white people? What's the dope? Let me handle her. I got to understand.
God.
What's that dope the white people use? Meth.
Not on meth.
How many teeth he have in the front?
We really going there?
No, y'all put me on here. Damn it. Let's take care of business.
Well, he's got a wonderful job, which is why we moved to Texas, making a decent salary.
White, and you some kind of way do sound like this wonderful white good man taking care of you because you're not dieting, you're overweight. I can see that. And you're sitting around the house lazy because you got a privileged chick. He's white, he's privileged, So you privileged to let me handle this, man.
Yeah,
What the hell y'all want me to do?
She may be over there, you know.
No.
She doing her exercise and stuff, thing.
Thank you. I've actually lost weight.
Y'all want to be some sympathetic black Negroes save the black hoe.
Hey, put it like this.
Hoe nothing.
If
made me mad.
For 1 hour you burn 500 calories,
you
know what I mean?
Be quiet. Don't ever come after me if you don't have no facts talking about I'm broken clothes. You don't even know me. The far as you know this from this show. I could be
Baker's
something
Unhinged.
that you would love to have but would never have access.
Oh Lord.
And let me explain something to you. If these niggas on here, God forgive me, I'm going off tonight.
Nicodemus.
Y'all done made me mad. If these niggas let me be myself. See, I'm sick of nigger women like you. You're the type of woman. Shut up, Doc. Let me I'm gonna log off. See, this woman here is the epitome of a black pimp. She's so weak she can't pimp a black man, but she pimp a white man with a good job. He's not on drugs. And you got a bunch of babies, and you sitting around there thinking you could take them big titties and throw in his mouth and them baby mouth, and it solved the problem. What do you bring to the table?
I have 1 child. Thank you.
I don't care if you have a half of them. What do you bring to the table?
Baker, come on. We've already
No, don't bake up me. It's Mr. Baker now. What you bring to the table?
Really?
Besides your stinking ass.
How do you know it stink? You smelled it?
Well, you're overweight. You're overweight.
Nice
That don't mean
comeback.
that stink. I love to shower, Baker.
Okay, let me see your drawers.
Oh, you would love that, huh?
We going
would
in.
love-
No.
No, you
If you let
said
me handle this, Chris.
Baker, I'll
we
send
need,
it to you.
God knows we need ratings, but stand up. Let me see what you got on.
Where you going
I
with this,
guarantee
Baker?
you got on a pad. No, Doc.
Oh my God.
Either
I'm
cut
not
it
saying
off. Let me
Baker,
see what you have on. I guarantee you got on some more stinky shorts that's crawling up the crack of your butt for the last 3 days.
She don't have to.
The last 3
No,
days
you
is
stay out of
crazy.
it, Chris.
I'm not standing up. That's so crazy to think that I would do that. I'm wearing shorts,
Well,
but not
you
on my
wouldn't
ass.
change clothes. We were talking on the show, and you wouldn't change because your titties wasn't hanging out far enough, and you wouldn't put on another blouse so your titties can hang out more.
You know, it's only
you
you
ask
No, that's some whole tendencies.
I'm gonna get a whole highlight reel of you asking for that. This gonna shit be funny. You can't even help but to laugh, Baker.
I'm just telling you, don't mess with, don't come after me. Who you think you talking to?
Oh my
You
God.
ain't talking to no regular nigga. I just started liking you niggas. I'm 100% Jew. I was born on the
Jesus
Isle of
Christ.
Patmos. You wasn't even here, girl.
I'm about to get 1,000 messages
And
just
I
because
know
you, Baker.
I just started understanding black nigga women.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Unhinged.
Lord.
Yeah, because y'all mean. You're nasty. You chew gum. You talk loud. You swing your weed. You pop your...
This is my natural hair, Baker.
No, I'm just saying,
Jesus
your
Christ.
people pop your
All right.
neck. I'm black fatigue. I'm sick of you niggas.
Wow, Baker's
Well,
on
I
the roll.
hope you kissing the
No,
ass
y'all
of
should
white
have called me,
conservatives
man,
was.
please. And then y'all
let
want
me
to cut me.
let me
and
let
then
me roll the
mute
next
me.
clip. As Baker becomes unhinged.
I want to see some natural black women, authentic, with real hips, lips, and fingertips, and not all this injection in your lips, your butts, and your tattoos. You got tattoos. When you get to heaven, if you make it, God ain't going to know who you are because you got all that artwork on you.
But that's okay. I'm not going to heaven.
Oh, good. Heaven, hell is ready for you. I'm glad you don't have a
Let's
reservation.
roll the next
Let me
clip.
handle this woman, Chris. What's wrong? You scared?
No, we're gonna roll the clip and come right back.
Oh, you want to do that? Well, I'm going to roll this pipe out.
Not the fight. All right, so let's watch this next clip
Boy.
and
He
see
wilding out.
Baker unhinged. I swear he's drinking on something. But anyway, Steve Harvey himself. Let's see what he says.
I mean, that's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job. I mean, that's
Now,
All right, Steve Harvey.
with that said, how do y'all feel after this? And I know there's gonna be some comments, but like, what about his own situation? We know. But with this, just those words, how do you feel about that?
Basically, he's just saying what we all been saying, you know. But only part that I have to disagree with, it has to be both parties got to bring something to the table. You know, it can't be one sided. It had, you know, so if you want it to balance, both parties got to bring something to the table.
And
other than sex, other than sex.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that multiple times because that's the. Well, let me go ahead and say, in my opinion, I feel like yes, both have to bring.
Yeah,
something
Chris,
to the
how do you
table.
feel about sex?
But you're just like any other nigga, we love it. But that's not the only thing. Look, I was listening to a raw ass podcast, but at the same time, like you just can't build something, especially no marriage, just off of that is going to crumble. There's no foundation, and so like I feel like a lot of times both parties have to bring something to the table because right now we're just leading on what we just said sex and just money. But what about all the
Chris,
other
you think
different
about
things?
sex now?
No. What I'm saying is what is popularized and promoted is that there's a lot more to marriages, especially when it comes to communication and building things that have to come with it. Because too many nowadays, I think what we want to see this, they want to see this princess fantasy. I'm not saying all women, because real women know that the princess fantasy is bullshit. Life is not going to hit like that. But what is promoted is this princess fantasy bullshit of just Prince Charming is going to come out of nowhere and just save you and just pay for everything and everything's going to be life and roses. There's a rare chance of that. You have those occasion where that happens. But as a majority, hell no. You start talking about bills, life situations, and then death in families and getting injured, you can't work. That shit goes out the window real quick. So when it comes to that princess fantasy, I say bullshit. I'm never going to agree to that shit because life happens and it forces you to adjust. And I feel like when life really happens, you find out if you really have the compatible partner because y'all going to be really tested. Can y'all really work together? Can y'all really communicate? Can y'all really put each other's differences aside to resolve and come to a conclusion? Can y'all compromise and stop being so selfish towards yourself and actually build something in a unity as one? And that's my thoughts when it comes to this. And that's why
I was
believe
pretty
some
simple
things.
with mine. All I wanted from a man, he had to have a place to live, a car, you know, some type of transportation, and
No,
a job.
you need a place to live.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Man,
Go.
Chris, I told you about getting me on these shows with
You
these
can
women
talk.
that
Let
you
her finish. Let her
sympathize
finish,
with.
and then you can go. We know you're unhinged.
We know.
She needed a place to stay because she on mental medication. She's a good lady. She's on mental medication, and she using this nice, good, dominant culture fella to support her mental health agenda. Black women are suffering from mental health, okay? Even though the black man is your prescription to overcome it, you push it out the door and don't pick it up. I know I'm talking right. Chris want to make this like some smooth show. Oh, we got
Ain't
this
nothing
and
smooth
that.
with you.
No,
Baker,
I'm
you gonna be
gonna
raw and
handle that.
uncut. So it's just
I'm gonna handle her. Because last week she was intoxicated with who I was.
Oh my God.
But see, you don't know what you get when you deal with me.
That is one.
And you need to understand something, young girl. You ain't met a nigga. I know it because I'm reading your mind. And my family forgive me, but I got to handle this wench. You don't know a nigga like me. You ain't met one. Because I'm going to tell you who you are. You said it out your own mouth. Hush up, Chris. I'm scared of Baker. Hush up. She said last week, I'm scared of Baker because Baker reading me. She's a smart woman. because I got to give her that, because she had enough sense to say this. He sees something about me. Now I'm telling you something because you triggered something in me.
What is she triggered?
No, you don't.
What happened?
What she triggered?
It ain't
What
time for
happened?
questions, press. Let me talk to the lady and help her.
Let me handle it.
It's time for reckoning. She's an intelligent. She has such intellect. Trust me. She's smarter than most women that y'all done had on this little baby podcast. Okay?
I
And
should have
she's
brought
handling
Creole.
pressure very well.
I should have brought Creole on this.
And
one. You went
anytime
off.
you get a woman can handle stop talking over. If you want to be, I go to hell to bed. if you see this lady and look at her, if you understand what a diamond is made under a tremendous amount of pressure. She could have hit the button and disappeared. Your average wig wearing, chicken eating, high value meal black woman would have fell out right now and pop her neck.
Oh, he's talking about popping the neck.
Now let me handle this here. Since y'all had me on here, if you do anything else, I'm going to require more for my hour time. Now let me finish.
Lord.
I'm helping this lady. This lady's in therapy. You and Joshine bow your head and pray. Because I'm helping this lady. I don't know her real name. What's your name, girl?
Tykebrion.
Okay, I can't say that there. I got a bad But I'll say, what is it?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Let me ask you this. Taco Bell. Fool these two black Negroes, because black people ain't right, period. Okay?
Right.
Help these two Negro black African-American men and be honest, because you was on the last show. And I love you, baby. I'm rough and tough, but I'm right. Let me say something to you. You're a strong black woman. You just happen to have a white man to help you through your struggle. But tell these two weak Negroes above there, them two Negroes up there, tell them Baker giving me therapy. Go ahead.
Oh my God, Baker, here you go.
Two Negroes above, weak ass.
Two black Negroes.
Two black.
Tell them Baker giving me therapy.
Excuse me, two black Negroes probably broke. Yeah. I'm getting therapy from Baker.
She's getting therapy.
Oh, she's
and
getting
see,
therapy.
You got, now let me handle them.
So,
No, let me handle this. I got the show tonight. See, for her to come out and say that, I take my hat off to her. She ain't faking. Y'all missing this, Chris and Joshine. And here's the thing. You ain't gonna get none of them other old raggedy women y'all had on here to say that. This lady said it the first time she got on the show. Not only did she say it, she had a high level of respect for me. Let me finish, man. If you want to make this thing something, look, she said something last week. And she's sitting around and she's smart. I can tell she's an intellectual. She sits around and waits. I know on tonight, I don't know about Friday, but she waits on this show to pop to get her fix. And because you two Negroes are sensitive and ready to move on to some other topic and won't let the sister heal. Because she'll tell you this. Watch this. Taco Bell, tell me you ain't suffering from black fatigue. You don't like them. You don't really like blacks. I don't blame you.
Baker,
come on. Let me handle my business. I'm helping you in the home. I'm helping you in 35 on my end and 38 other people. Tell me you ain't being blessed and helped.
I love black people.
You don't love black people because you ain't got one.
I do.
You had to go through a culture. Let me explain something to you. You had to go and connect yourself with a man who loved you for you. Not only that, who loved you even if it ain't his baby.
Did you lose your thought, Baker?
Who love you whether you work or not, and I know you do. Who love you and he see you as a woman and he respect. He dialed down his power as a man and turned up yours because you have the possession of a high-value woman in your talk, your walk, and your action. Most women don't have that. Yeah, you went out and got you a little small cup of milk. That's fine.
I'm not about to play with you.
You tired of these black people. Because black people is full of crap. Now tell me when the last time you dated Pookie.
Pookie.
Ray.
Mookie too.
Mookie.
What about Sniggums?
See, they want this show to go a certain way. Know it, Taco Bell. They want it to ride smooth, and we got a broad.
Well, I do have a couple Pookies and Ray Rays on my.
Yeah, you got the babies by?
No.
Who the baby by you got?
Lord have mercy.
That's my point. These niggas up here ain't getting it. I feel you, baby. Cause you.
I mean, but like, I'm here for the plot.
Look. Most black women that's watching this show tonight wish they was in your position of healed, delivered from nigga fatigue. Because the black man ain't bringing you nothing but 4 more babies from 3 other mamas.
You're right.
And he ain't got no money. He ain't got no house to put you in. And the vanilla ice cream cone that you do have, he minding his business. He getting him some rest so he can get out and go to work to put some bread on the table for tomorrow. But if you had a Pookie or Ray, he'll be in there smoking that dope.
I mean, but what about Chris? Chris is a great guy. He's got a good job.
I ain't talking about Chris. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about the other people listening to this show. 38 people telling me, go ahead, talk that talk. Nah, but you don't ever come after Mr. Baker. Do you understand that?
Oh my
Of course,
God.
Mr. Baker.
No. Chris and Jasheen, y'all can be quiet. Taco Bell, you learn a very important lesson tonight. Don't attack Baker without facts. Yes or no?
Always.
And you are getting some very valuable therapy that you can't pay to get.
You're not wrong.
Exclusive.
And now I have to celebrate you. And I understand from studying these books behind me, psychology, which people do not do. And I turn you, the 2 Negroes, on to something. You may want to go by the store and pick up this book and understand the psychology of a black woman. The black woman has some of the most minimum needs that the black man don't give. And that is to make her feel accepted and wanted. So she don't troll. But because you come into the house with your little bitty job and talk about what Mary Ann and Susie Ann doing,
not Susie Ann.
And making her feel bad. So this lady, I'm helping her. I'm giving her some therapy. Is tell her, you on the right track. You got you a vanilla ice cream cone, and that may do you well for a while. Make sure you get some insurance on it because they're known to be suicidal.
Lord have mercy.
That's not, that's true. That is
No,
true.
I'm telling you real talk. They messing with me, but I'm talking real talk. Now, I got other issues I can be taking care of in this house. Nigga talking about, give me something for my AC. Yeah, but I'm helping you, Taco. I'm almost tempted to give you my number. This show is about you.
You want to.
This is about you tonight. This is about your therapy. This is about your mental health. This is about you coming out of it. There's a day coming when you ain't going to have to curl up on that old dirty, nasty green blanket.
It's a nice blanket.
See.
When the last time you washed it?
Oh, Lord.
I'm pretty sure in the weekly wash.
Okay. What you cooked today?
I did cook today. We had pork chops, which were really good.
Ain't no white man eat no pork chop.
Ah.
He ain't gonna let you run his high blood sugar. You must got an insurance policy on it.
Anyways, we had peas, and I think I made pasta with it too. It was really good.
That's too much. You got the peas, okay, fine. You got the pasta, the starch. You got the pork chops, high blood pressure. Is he over 35?
No,
How old is he?
32.
You're killing him. You got insurance on it?
Yes.
Okay, if not, check our previous show. But I think you're an intelligent lady. You're a beautiful lady.
Thank you, Baker.
And I ain't joking with that one. I'm serious. Now, they caught me off guard.
All right, so Baker, I have a special.
Some Baker nuts.
No. I got a special presentation.
No, we
commercial.
about to agree.
Oh, man, y'all.
No.
See,
I got a commercial
Taco
for you.
Bell,
No, check this.
No.
always put
I
me
got a
on
special commercial just for you, Baker.
Yeah, I want you
Straight
to
from the
come
heart.
out.
Straight from the heart. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Roll it.
Uh-oh. She ready to. What is it? What's going on? What's going on?
They trying to do something to get me out, man. It is what it is.
Hold on, let me get you. There we go. Hey.
And that's what Baker is talking about.
See, here's the thing. Man, get that trash out. You're going to make me think you're a homosexual. See, Taco Bell, what we suffering from is there is a suffrage of identity crisis. We are put on a diaper.
He's right about that.
And we will come out to do anything to get
attention,
clout, clicks, like, troll, bowl. And at the end of the day, 20 years from now, you got to explain this to your grandfather, your grandchildren, why grandpa was with a diaper with twigs in his hair looking like a sissy.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And we miss this stuff, people. It's comical tonight, which this show is supposed to do. It's inspiration, education, okay, and redemption. And I take my hat off. I'm serious with this. Taco Bell, I know that's not your name. I'm joking. But if I was close to you and that vanilla ice cream need to be in the present, I would give you a great big hug because I have found one of the most honest women on this show in the 5 years I've been on here. You're it.
If you can read my mind, do you know who I have a crush on?
Probably me, baby. Everybody loves me. That's okay. Don't deal with that right now. It's just the way it goes. Listen, I found out some years ago that I make, one of my friends told me, I make women intoxicated.
Oh, man, it's your vibe, it's your aura.
And if you didn't have that vanilla ice cream, you probably would be a high candidate. Because I don't need you for nothing but for your brilliant mind. You have a beautiful mind. Let me talk, nigga. You got a beautiful mind. And I'll take a beautiful mind any day over $1 million.
Hey, Chris.
Because she got a beautiful mind. Not only does she has a beautiful mind, she has an honest mind.
Hey, I sent you some 3 pictures that
I
talking about.
So
pull them up.
Real quick, we're going to display the pictures before we have to end
this is
episode.
what Baker and I agree about when he talks about black women being in public.
Oh, Lord, here it is. Go ahead and say.
Y'all gonna get me fired on my job. They ain't gonna pay me nothing, niggas. See, this, hold it.
What you about to say now?
That is junkyard dog, sleazy ghetto trash.
Now wait till you see the next one.
Trash. That restaurant is in diabetes community.
Oh my.
She need to be in the hospital.
Pajamas on, everything, all out in the public.
No respect. Anytime you find a woman have any level of concern about her, she ain't walking out the house without a good pair of shoes on. See, this is thuggish, young, nasty, can't be trusted. Shoot them on the spot when you see them generation.
Oh, you got it.
I would pray that, let me send this to Trump. Please sign a law in act. Please. that we may purge. And the group of people we need to purge is all these nappy-headed black women with bonnets on their heads, slippers on their feet, dirty toenails where they went and got their toes done and argued with the Chinese lady. They didn't do it right. Walked out and not paying. Let's purge. Let's purge. Let's purge. Let's purge.
Hey, okay, Baker, I get that you like to play like that, and that's funny to you, but that's where we draw the line. That's a little too not funny to me. Since we are going through a crisis where black women are missing and murdered at high rates right now, and
niggas been missing.
Yeah, but that's really not funny. I'm still a black woman.
It ain't
and
funny.
Need to be
It's reality, baby.
It's a scary reality as a black woman living in Texas.
But listen to me, baby.
You got to be a little serious.
It didn't happen this year. It didn't happen 20 years ago.
I understand.
This has been going on since the 1970s.
Okay.
And anytime black people look for a political ploy to ride the wave to get the politicians' juices rolling between their legs, then they come out with stuff. Okay? I'm not playing on this. I'm serious.
I'm in politics too, and the way you're propping up white people is a little disgusting since we know their history.
White people are disgusting, you say?
Well, I would say, but yeah.
I would say black people are sorry, lazy, and disgusting.
Well, that's interesting since they brought us here to do the work. How are we the sorry, lazy people when we were the ones
Get up and be a community advisor to all people.
I am. That's actually, if you look up what I've done, I do community organizing.
What kind?
In Tulsa, Oklahoma, I did my own organization called Peaceful Rally Tulsa, where I actually did the biggest protest Tulsa's ever seen, May 31st of 2020, and I continued on to where now. Was that
when that thug got killed, or what was that? Tell me about it.
You know, it's really hard to debate white people and black people on these types of subjects. So I'm not going to do that.
You said you did. What was that?
Oh, I don't do this with black
people. Is it George Floyd or something like that?
I did mine on the memorial date of the 99th anniversary of Black Wall Street being burnt to the ground. So that was my protest.
Okay.
That's very important too.
And it was a very important day. And that's when I do my protesting on Greenwood. And I've had to have these arguments with white people. And I don't want to have them with black men. I do not want to have conversations about how black women should be purged when, if you've seen my comment section on Instagram, I'm getting the same things to me right now. It's not funny. I've had comment sections right now telling me that I should die. And because of the things I've said about this administration, they have came at me and said some very nasty names. And so it's not really funny because black men need to be protecting black women now.
Follow me, and those that are threatening and doing harm to you, I have a team. We will come packing.
And that's what we need is more black men to actually take care of black women instead of degrading them.
I love my black women, but I just don't like the way they're doing it. They're getting on stage, performing, shaking their tail.
But that's not all black women, though.
And that's what our
black women still need to
our
be
little
protected.
girls are growing up to think that that's okay to do.
Okay, so with that
I
said,
come up in an era of amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
But I have a whole church.
See, that's what I grew up. But right now, it's different. Shake that ass for Drake. Shake
Oh
that
my
ass
God!
for
On
Drake.
that note,
Shake that ass for Drake.
as we come to a close, as he's talking about shake your ass for Drake, we will say like,
You're welcome to have my
unfortunately,
number.
of course he would ask that.
Chris has it. If Chris wants to give it to you, he'll give it to you.
Chris, give her my number and text me. She's a wonderful lady. You want to write it down?
Don't put it on the internet right here.
I ain't scared of these niggas.
We do that after the show. But with that said, as we come in closing, of course, unfortunately, there is the stereotype
so
that's
y'all
been
want to
betrayed.
close and try to close on time tonight.
We could. I know.
Because me and this real woman, which y'all don't have on this show, y'all have all them
well, Becky, does this make you happy?
fictitious women who want to self-centered.
Look at the screen, Baker.
Well, I'm just saying, Well, damn y'all, 5 minutes. Whoa, watch out there now. That's a nigga on the end.
I'm dead.
Anyways, wrap it up,
I'm
Chris.
serious. Can I say something?
Real quick, and then we'll wrap it up.
Respect to the show,
Go.
to Chris and Joshing. You guys don't even have a clue. I don't have the time during my work schedule to explain to you. Y'all need to be doing something on your end to capture the data and the people who talks afterward and how fascinating and intrigued they are with the show. I consider myself just a co-host. My opinion does not reflect the views of anyone on here. But I happen to fall in love with
Taco Bell.
Burrito,
Yes.
because she has some very lively points. And anytime you find a woman that doesn't stagger at the truth, boy, you better grab her. She did not stagger at the truth. When I challenge her on some tough issues such as mental health, white husband, kids, and are you tired of black fatigue? She did not stop.
Oh, she's not.
I want to be your friend.
Much
And
love to you.
then I understand one thing that's a gift to me is discernment. You have an intellectual ability that far beyond the average human being.
So to wrap up the question, what do I bring to the table?
Them titties.
God damn.
No, I'm just kidding. What you bring to the table is, and I think we need to have her on. I don't run the show or nothing, but I think she would be a good conversation piece towards other women of the minority culture with her opinion, and maybe we'll put her under the gun as to what made you choose a lily in the valley.
Well, I just
You
got
need to
dropped
be on here a
another
couple
clip.
more
I don't know
times.
what's gonna happen.
It's something I can't put my hand on.
Well, I don't know what's gonna happen with this clip, and then we have to close it out.
What you said, nigga?
So you were behind my back.
Yeah, I'm grown.
What?
I'm old enough now. I feel like I got the right to do that. So I just wanted to get a test and see what this my dad.
Maternity fraud.
And so you called him?
Yeah, I called him. He was like, he thought
Chris.
I was his son.
Is that
See what I mean?
We don't see nothing funny.
I'm lost.
No.
But see, I told you that was your dad. I first of all, that is your dad. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who you took the test with and what you had going on, but that's your daddy.
Yeah. It sounds
Boy,
good.
these people fussing.
It sounds good.
Nah,
Who
that's
is
the
this
result.
woman
The
talking?
result say what it say now.
Just check it out.
I can't lie. I can't fake no results.
Who is this blonde
Now,
haired
if you
black
had something
woman?
going on, then
Thick,
the
overweight.
man that was my daddy.
First of all, you didn't have no
care
business
of
going
me.
behind my back. That's what you didn't have no business doing.
Yeah, but I just feel like I ain't had no bond with him like that. Like I knew something was off. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to go get my results and see what's going on.
Let me tell you something.
She embarrassed now.
It's okay. You know, I'm old enough. I understand. Now, if my real dad ain't want to take care of me, you know what I'm saying? And
See, some things are better left unsaid.
Oh, okay.
You should just left it like it was. I ain't tell you. I told you that was your daddy. You should have went right on with it all these years. You 18 years old, 19 years old now. You ain't. It's no sense in trying to go behind my back to figure it out. You too old now.
Random clip as it come to a close real quick. How you feel about that? How she lied about the whole situation?
Say, man, speak up. You ain't playing music.
I think personally it's disgusting. I don't know why women or people in general lie about stuff that's that serious, because when you have a baby with somebody, you are sharing mental health with them. Because, if let's say my husband has ADHD, our daughter could have ADHD. That's something you need to know. When you have a baby with somebody, you're not also looking at just their physical features that they might get, but you're also looking at different traits that they might pick up. My daughter walks a little weird, and sometimes she'll get excited and walk on her tippy toes. He does the same thing. So these things are important.
Where do you live?
I live in Houston, or kind of close to Houston.
What part of Houston? Nobody looking for you.
I know. I live in Tomball.
Okay. I think you're a smart lady, and I don't own nothing. I am just a host, co-host on several shows.
Right.
But if these two gentlemen listen to me, they both have shows, that you would be a very great asset to a frequent guest on the show.
A titty set.
What?
Quick, get your mind.
What did y'all say?
Keep going, Baker.
Yeah, and I think you would be a great guest on Josh Sheen's show on Fridays.
Whenever you need me.
As a
just let me
person
know.
with an opinion, because you speak well, you're very intelligent, and maybe you can help some of your sister get redeemed. You take psychotic
Spit it out,
medicine.
Baker.
What kind of psychological medicine, psychotic medicine you take?
I do not take any medication.
You off of it?
I'm not taking any medication.
You smoke weed?
Yes.
Okay.
You got some?
Puff give. Puff, puff, give.
No, this
Wait.
is a serious lady I want to help.
Baker, do you got
Be
some?
smart.
You got some?
Lord
No,
have
ma'am, I
mercy.
don't smoke.
Before
I
we
don't
start-
smoke. I don't smoke, dip, chew, or mess with women that do.
Oh, okay.
As Baker continues
Josh
to-
Sheen smoke.
as Baker continues to throw his shot, let's go ahead and wrap things up. All right, so as we get ready to play the music, get things going, because like we appreciate you enjoying all our nonsense, the facts, and much more. Have you laugh entertainment? This is another episode of A Slice of Love, but just Sim, go ahead and tell
Another
the
slice
audience.
of love.
Just
You can find all of us, Chris and Baker, every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Nah, you gonna find Baker at the Lord's
Minding his
house.
own business.
Nah, I'm going to the Lord's house.
We find us on our YouTube channel as well as Spotify. Check our website. We've got the hottest merchandise right now that's out
Hey,
there.
can I make a plea?
Go
What's
ahead.
that?
Go ahead.
I need, listen, even though school is out, someone who watched my show, you people don't have payment. We have 13 families operating in a dysfunctional status. When they go back to school to relieve the depression, the stress, the agony, if we can send, and I'm gonna give an account. You send it to my app, Cash App or something. I want to be able to help these kids get books, laptops. I've already received 3 laptops that were given to me. But I want to make this show count. And I'm asking Chris, Josh Sheen, Taco Bell, bring yourself back. Ain't no time to foul out. If you ain't got to do it, but I'm asking each one of y'all to give me $20 in food stamps or cash money, so we can award this to these good people, their mothers and fathers. Hold on.
You got a whole list ready.
Well, thank you.
Let me get paid. They watch this show, and I want to be able to get them on and give that to them, because these are, listen to me, these are scholar students that's going to be picked for Harvard, which is being shut down, Princeton, okay? And let's be a blessing so we can say we did that. And what's left over, we give it to them for housing. And they can take the money and pay for their housing in school and don't have to be sitting in the cafeteria reading when they should be eating to get energy so their mind could get some carbohydrates. See, y'all don't believe that kind of stuff. I'm sick of you niggas. Now, Queen.
Yes.
Taco Bell.
Yes, baby.
You
What, you
call
wanna
me
go on,
broke. Watch out. Raise that up again. You got an elephant under there. Do that again.
Baker distracted y'all.
So I want y'all brothers I need y'all to send me $20. And I got some stuff y'all don't even know about that's gonna come to this show that's gonna turn this show out from some international people, because they want to know what we're doing and who we helping. The man said to me, I see you talking.
Oh, Lord. All right, so with that said,
He said, I'm talking. He said, I see y'all talking, Baker. Good stuff. But I don't see y'all walking. Walk that money to these people. Let's be a blessing to people in our community. When they go back to school, let's buy some backpacks. Pistols.
Pistols in the school. All right. With the, all
Let's
right.
buy.
Kaki.
What you
With
want
that
to do?
being said,
Do
thank
want
you
to
so
buy
much for having me
backpacks
once
or
again.
Yes, and where can they find you?
On every platform
So
under
you want
my
to just
my
smooth
name.
me on out. Go ahead.
Baker, we love you, but we'll be here all night, and a Negro is tired. I need some rest.
Now you got to go on social media and find me. I need you to be my consultant.
I got you, baby.
Thank you, sweetie.
All
You
right,
good?
real
You think I'm joking, huh?
Yeah.
I'm
All right,
for real.
Real
Send
quick,
me
we
a
got this
message.
last
You
clip
got something in you. They don't feel it. They not
as he
in
tries
here.
to do
They
his
don't
Baker
feel
of
it.
love.
Well, Chris hasn't tried to hang out with me yet, so really, before we go,
He
can we
tried to.
No, can we bully Chris into hanging out with me
When?
whenever he
Chris
feels like
got a
it?
wife.
I don't care. We can hang out.
Oh,
We can all hang out.
let's do it.
We're gonna make that happen. Let's play
Let's
this video.
make this show. Let's not.
Since you
We
put me on
like
last
you to
name,
be
so
a
yeah.
frequent guest,
So
but you got to cover them big titties up, okay?
she can be herself. All right, here's a video. Politicians are like
Josh,
diapers. They
tell
are.
I thought
Gotta
we were leaving. I'm tired.
We are about to go. This last little clip, real quick. Make sure that you get this shirt. And Jasim, where can they find the shirt at?
On In the Trenches Podcast, our website. So inthetrenchespodcast.com. You get this hottest shirt, which is what is going to be on it.
Awesome. All right, with that, we're going to close out. All right, it's been a joy, and this is another episode of A Slice of Love. Make sure you like, share, comment, and much more. Look, she's ready to throw deuce and go to sleep. I think we all are.
Right.
We pretty much. And Baker then threw himself off the show because he had let us see his spy. But it's been a good time. Catch y'all out next time, and we are out. Peace. Yo.